We're here at Dot to Dot Festival with Fred Perry Subculture, and this is Lulu James.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. Hi.
Cool. We just saw you play upstairs.
Yeah, did you like it?
I did. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I did. It was great.
And this is the second gig you've done today, so
yes.
You must be pretty knackered.
Oh, I'm still. Yeah, I could do another 10. No,
Yeah.
no, I love it. It's great. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's tiring, but when I like sit down, so.
Yeah. How long have you been sort of playing out live for with sort of this music that you're doing at the moment?
It started in October last year.
Right.
Live gigs. So it's pretty. I'm still a baby to the industry.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying it? Is it
Yeah,
going well?
great. Yeah, it's going really well. I've got like loads of good responses and stuff, so it's really good.
Cool. So you're from South Shields, aren't you? That's, is that kind of a place where, was there like a scene of people doing music there that you were growing up with, or have you kind of very much done it all by yourself?
Yeah, I mean, like South Shields, you've got like Little Mix, part of Little Mix from South Shields got Joe McKeldry and stuff like that. So yeah, there is like people that are involved with music. A lot of it tends to be sort of acoustic stuff though. So nothing like in the genre that I'm doing.
So how would you sort of describe it? Because there's quite a lot of different influence. There's a soul thing there, and there's some sort of what feels like dubstep influence beats going on. How would you describe your music?
I describe it as 21st century soul.
21st century soul.
I
That's
do,
cool.
yes.
Did you sort of grow up listening to soul music with your family? And
yeah, well, yeah, a lot of like stuff like India Ari mostly. I was a really big fan of her. She's really soulful, so I grew up with her like constantly. She's probably like the biggest influence.
And what about the electronic side and the beats and everything? Who inspires that?
That would be like the likes of Subtract, James Blake, Gang Colours, Mount Kimby, Flying Lotus. I listen to them all, and so like, and because I love them all, it's like, you know, bits of influences from everyone really. So but what I tried not to do was sort of imitate what they were doing and start out my own thing, so which I think I've been successful in doing.
What you're doing has got a bit more of a kind of swing to it, a bit more funk to it than some of those people who you're influenced by. Do you think that's because you're a female artist? And
I mean, I think they could be just as fun. I mean, I've watched a couple of them like live and I've enjoyed it, but at the same time I totally get what you're saying, and I don't know if it's because I'm female or maybe the beats aren't as intense. Do you know what I mean? I think like the likes of James Blake and that, like I love to sit down and listen to. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't be sort of dancing to, where it's more like, you know, you take it back and you appreciate, but I think mine is sort of the same but with a bit more fun to it, so you can maybe like sort of have a tap along.
what he's doing is almost like a singer-songwriter,
Yeah.
but kind of like working in with beats and electronic music, whereas what you're doing seems to be more pop and more for a club or something like that.
In fact, I haven't got a specific aim. It's just like I'm just trying to get my music to loads of different. You know, I'm not basing it on one sort of audience. Like I would like a wide range of people liking and listening to my music. So it's just, I don't know. It's just getting that balance, and hopefully it works out.
One of the things I noticed while you're doing the music and writing your lyrics, you put pictures of yourself doing it on your Facebook, and like lyrics, fractures of lyrics, and the pictures of notebooks and stuff like that. Kind of like quite old school writing. You're putting on your Facebook.
It is. I write. I'm hopeless really. That's really the truth behind that. Cause I don't ever carry a notepad with us or a pen. So I'm always asking to borrow a pen, because then I'll think of something, or I'll be working with Dom, who's my producer, and I'll think of something and I need to write it down. So half the time it's on handkerchiefs, it's on bits of receipts. So it's on anything that I can just quickly write something on. Nobody seems to have a notepad around me either, so it's on whatever we can get at the time.
People too relying on their phones these days for these things.
And you do realize I've got 3 mobile phones as well, and that's not because I'm like a business or anything. It's literally just because I'm obsessed with mobile phones and I can't use any of them. So paper's the way forward.
So do you find you'll be out somewhere and you'll get inspiration for some lyrics, or you know, and then you have to just get it down straight away?
Yeah.
And you like to communicate that to your fans by putting that on your Facebook?
Yeah, it's just showing them like, you know, my personality and saying like, you know, I'm kind of like, I want them to feel like they're involved with the project that's happening. And I think that's probably the best way of getting them involved, is like, you know, involving them in like the creativity behind it. So
And your producer Dom, how did you hook up with him? How did you start working together?
Yeah, I met him through Generator UMT. It's basically like they've got so many producers, right? This is my way of explaining it. So many producers, right? And it's like they get like a mini competition where they have so many artists who would like to work with producers, and then they get them together. Like you get like a final 10 or 12, I think it is. No, 5, and I was in the top 5, and then I got placed with Dom, and then that's how I met him basically.
So has it been quite fun getting to work with someone new and do all that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, like Dom was doing something slightly he was doing something completely different before he met me, and he was working with various other artists and producing and stuff, but then he met me and he was kind of like, what are you wanting to do? Expecting me to like sort of be in the commercial sort of scene, and I was like, well, no, I want something completely different. And I just basically gave him a few people that I really liked, like the likes of James Waite and stuff, and said, well, that's what inspires me to listen to music. And then he threw a couple of names my way, then was just listening to a load of tracks, and then in the end we ended up coming up with Mirage, and that was the first single with Dom.
Yeah, because I like that title, Mirage. It's quite evocative. It's kind of sinister and quite beautiful as well. It has lots of different things in it. Where does that come from?
It comes from the storyline of the song, really, which is basically needing help that's not there.
What other things inspire you in your songwriting, do you find?
I write a lot of things that I've experienced and a lot of things that I've seen, and a lot of my music is based on true facts. Yeah, definitely. So that's what inspires me to write. I can't really, I find it hard to make up something to write about something made up.
And when you're playing live, like now you've got your cape on, and then at the end of your set, you very much weren't wearing a cape. You had quite a smaller outfit on.
Bit like that, yeah.
And then your press shots, some of those there's even less outfit on. Is that a sort of provocative thing, or is it like
no,
it's just something you feel comfortable doing?
It's art.
It's art.
It's absolutely art. It is. Like I did a little bit before I got, like whilst I was getting into my singing, I worked with some different photographers, just getting into a feel of what it is I would like to do and how I would express my music through that. And you know, some people like using just art, some people like using themselves on everything, some people like wearing loads of clothes, I don't know, smashing things up, but I like being naked. In a good way. It is art at the end of the day, I promise. And it's like, it's not necessarily being naked, it's just expressing my music.
Cool. Do you sort of have pretty big commercial ambitions, or do you want to keep it underground? And
I think I don't know. I mean, that depends on the response I get, doesn't it? The response I'm getting so far is great. However, once it goes broader, like wider and stuff, like I don't know whether that'll set me. Because I think you can be an artist and want to keep it really underground as much as you can. But if something's out there that a lot of people like, it can instantly make that commercial. That's really not in. You know, I haven't got control of that.
That's quite exciting, because I think some of your stuff, because lots of people aren't gonna like it. It's like really good pop music, isn't it? So you know, could all take off.
It could. I hope it does. Yeah, I hope so.
Cool. Okay. Well, thanks very much for coming to talk to us.
Thank you.
Cheers, and enjoy Manchester tomorrow.
I will do. I will do. Cheers.
Thank you.